Hi, this is Justin with More Business Today. In this video, I'm going to cover how to add a page to your site. So, adding a page is pretty straightforward. You go to menu and then pages, and new page is one of the options. Like I said before, you could choose a standard layout like a contact us or a photo gallery, etc. Or a blank page. For this example, we'll use a blank page. You choose what the page is going to be called. Add it. And it's going to immediately bring us to the page, and we don't have anything on it. So, this is where we would add in descriptions and titles and everything. Whatever we want to add into the site page. I mean, you look back through the videos on the adding text and editing text, and that all applies to this. I just want to cover the adding the page and how the subpages and pages work. So we added the page. In the pages, and it's a drag and drop still, so that means that we can move it, which by default it puts it at the bottom. We can rename it, and this is specifically for the menu. Rename, and then you just type in new page, for example. And we can also make it a sub page of another page, and to do that we just put it underneath whatever the page is, and then we drag it to the right, and you see that little arrow shows up. That means it's going to be a sub page. Now if I put it back down here, but if I put it here and then I drag it to the right until the little arrow shows up here, then it's a sub page. We'll make a sub page of About Us. And then you can see here, see it puts it down here. It's a drop down. Now, along that lines, the other thing that you may want to do is have it not be part of the menu altogether. So let's say that you're making a page that's several levels down or something, or just an extra description, say an extra description of this photo or whatever. You can actually hide it. This gear, one of the options you have is to hide in navigation, and you can also hide it just by device. So you could just hide it for mobile users or tablet users or desktop or whatever, which would be useful if you had a page that you wanted that was real specific to mobile, as an example. But a lot of times you're going to hide it, you'll do hide all. It still is here, it's just it doesn't show up in the menu anymore, but that makes it so that you can still, like if you wanted to make this link, it's one of the existing pages, so you can make the link go to it. So that's adding a page. I should note too, along the lines, is deleting a page. This is a little different. When you hit the gear, delete is at the bottom. When you hit delete, you have to pay attention because it gives you the "Are you sure?" right there on that same line, and you have to hit that checkbox. If you hit anything else, if you click away from it, then it doesn't delete it. So delete, "Are you sure?" You have to hit the checkbox, and then it deletes it. So that's how you add and edit a page. It's important to note too that the navigation, so if you click on the navigation edit, has some options, including the number of visible navigation items. So our navigation is usually at the top, so you only have so much room left to right. So depending on how long the individual page names are, then you don't have unlimited space left to right, and you don't really want it to wrap down. You can, it's allowed that it can wrap down, but it's just not a very good menu to have it wrap to the next line. So if you add more pages than what it'll allow, let's set this to 2. Then what it does is it makes a more link at the end, and it shows the rest of the pages there. So keep that in mind when you're adding pages. Is you may need to increase this. You can actually set this to all items. In this case, this doesn't have a lot of different pages, so it doesn't really matter. But you can set it to as many different items as you want, but you only have so much room. So that's our limitation, and so that's why you want to have a normal structure where you have kind of broad topics on the top, and then you have sub pages. So you could have about us, and then you'd have testimonials under that, or services are right there, that's fine, but you'd have testimonials, history, whatever under that. Services, you'd have a list of each service as opposed to trying to put them in the top level. And that's also easier for people to handle as well. So it's a good choice for multiple reasons. But that's all there is to adding a page. It's pretty straightforward. I should mention, I guess, here, add a new page. One of your options is to add a page from your site. They're talking about like when you're transferring a site. So let's say I'm transferring my Justin's web design site over. I want to bring over my testimonials page. And copy that URL, and I can paste it in here, and I can add page that way. You need to put, oh, that's no, add. Now I'll note this editor, it's a dumb machine, so it's not gonna do a great job of bringing over that page. So let's take a look at it here. It also makes it topic. I don't know if there's a place where I needed to put that in there, but I'm going to rename it. Make it testimonials. Click on it. And like I said, so see, you can see that in this case, it's absolutely useless. Most of the time it does a better job than that. Part of what's happening is it's pulling the header information. So if you go back to the one on text, I talk about pulling the text, and that's a better way to do that. But I wanted to mention it because you might have noticed it there, you might notice it there, and so it's a good idea to bring it to your attention. And we will just delete this page. Delete. I didn't hit the checkbox for it. Delete. There it goes. And that's all there is for adding a page. Thanks.